If you're an older rider who's been away from the saddle for a few years, or maybe a few decades, you might be wondering if getting back into riding is even possible anymore. Maybe your body feels different, your confidence isn't what it used to be, and you're just not sure where to start. You're not alone. Many of us reach a point in life where the love for horses is still there, but the path back feels unclear or even intimidating. Today, I want to talk openly about that struggle, the doubts that come with it, and the practical steps that are working for me. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm glad you found your way in. My name is Carol. I'm 73, and after many years of being away from the saddle, I've been finding my way back into a horse life that works for the body I have, the time I have, and the stage of life I'm in. Life got in the way, and I took 12 years off of horses. I tried to tell myself it was okay, but it really wasn't. Today I want to talk about something so many older riders and horse people in general struggle with, but not many talk about. What it's really like coming back to riding or horse ownership after years off. What it's like to adapt, and what it's like to face doubts. What it's like to deal with both good and bad coaching along the way. When I decided to start riding again, it felt a bit like stepping into my old skin, only to realize that it didn't fit the same way anymore. Some people act like riding a horse is like riding a bike, you never forget. But the truth is, your muscles forget, your balance changes, your reflexes slow down, your confidence wavers, and your body reminds you of every injury you've ever earned. What surprised me most wasn't physical discomfort. It was the emotional part, realizing that things that used to be automatic were suddenly a challenge. My hands were no longer steady. Mounting wasn't a 2-second swing anymore. Trotting felt different. My back had its own opinions, and fear, that was a new companion. Not loud panic, just that quiet whisper. What if I fall? What if I can't handle this anymore? What if I'm too old for this? And what if people laugh at me? And if you've been there, you know that whisper can be powerful. So I had to adapt. I had to get smart instead of being stubborn, and that was a challenge for me. One of the first changes was using a mounting block every single time. Not as an option, as a rule. It protects my back, it protects the horse, and it removes unnecessary strain from the start. Then I taught my horses to side pass toward the mounting block so I wouldn't be following them around the arena trying to catch up. Right toward me, they side passed and stopped and stood. And that made a huge difference, especially as someone with aging joints. I learned to break everything into small pieces. Instead of drilling a lesson over and over, I learn or teach one thing, then let it settle. And the next day, I find the horse usually presents it back to me a little better. Mystery, my feral filly, especially learns that way. She sleeps on it, wakes up and says, "Oh, I've got this now." It's one of the most encouraging things about working with her. She makes me feel capable. But I want to take a moment to talk about something more difficult. While I want my channel to remain positive, I do feel the need to share this. I'm hearing other older riders have sadly had similar experiences. Because a few years ago, I worked with a coach, briefly, who almost made me quit horses entirely. And I don't say that lightly. Although my time with him was very short, he did a lot of damage. In a short time, his words stayed with me for a long, long time. I'd ridden with him twice. The first time in a clinic situation where he was pretty encouraging in front of everybody. The second time in a private lesson was where it all fell apart. He questioned why I did anything the way I did, even though he knew perfectly well that I was navigating a long-term physical limitation. And hearing that while you're doing your best, while you're already fighting fear and doubt, it cuts deep. I remember driving home thinking, maybe this is it. Maybe my horse life is over. Maybe I won't show again. Those words sat heavy with me for a long time. Every time I saddled my horse, his words came back to me. While driving down the road, I could hear him yelling in my mind. It all stuck with me for a long time. It did take a while and some long talks with a longtime horse friend, but here's what I finally understood. His behavior had nothing to do with my ability. It had nothing to do with my value as a rider. He didn't know how to teach someone older or someone with limitations or someone returning after years away. But the damage he caused was real. I share this because I know many older riders have been talked to that way, made to feel less than, made to feel like they're the problem. I want you to hear me clearly. You are not the problem. You are not too old. You are not too broken. You are not too far behind. You just need the right support. Now, the coach that I have today is the complete opposite of all that. When I talked with her, I asked a lot of questions, probably more than most people would, but I wanted to know who she was, what she believed in, and whether she saw the value in riders like me. I looked at the horses she trained, I looked at her show record, and I paid attention to the way her horses carried themselves. I love the fact that she's still actively competing. She is a carded judge in a lot of competitions as well. She specializes in the ranch horse classes, exactly what I want to do. And from our first conversation, she treated me like a rider, not a burden, not a fragile person she had to tiptoe around, not someone to be talked over or dismissed, but a rider. One very special thing is that she is in her early 60s. She uses a mounting block. She understands. She knows where I'm coming from. Respects my physical limitations, partially because she has some. She adjusts what needs adjusting, and she builds my confidence instead of tearing it down. Sending Jewel to her was one of the best decisions I've made, not because I gave in to fear, but because I finally recognized that having help is not a sign of weakness. It's smart, it's safe, and it gives both me and my horse the best chance at success. I want people to hear that, especially older riders. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out my other videos. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thanks again. Bye-bye.